conditional use permit to allow short-term rental that is the primary residence of the host. Amy.
Amy Brooks, Office of Planning Staff, 444 South 5th Street. This is the 6th Street short-term rental. And I did put comments that were provided before the deadline at your seat prior to the beginning. So this is a conditional use permit to allow short-term rental of a dwelling unit that is the primary residence of the host in the TNZD. Located on South 6th Street between West Magnolia Avenue and West Hill Street. It is zoned TNZD single or two-family residential. There is a principal dwelling unit on the lot. It's a two-story single-family structure that has 3 bedrooms, which would allow for a maximum of 8 guests. The available parking, there's a rear parking pad and on-street parking appears to be available in the area. This is the technical review. Again, talking about the short-term rental ordinance and when the host of record maintains their primary residency within the dwelling unit on the property, a short-term rental request in TNZD is not subject to the separation requirements outlined in item D of the standards. The host may or may not be the owner. In this case, the host is the owner. This is the zoning map showing the TNZD area where it's located. This is an aerial photograph of the current site conditions. This is the front of the subject property. This is looking north along 6th Street. And this is looking southward on 6th Street. And the blue arrow indicates where the proposed short-term rental is. The proposal is adequately justified for approval, including exemption from the separation requirements based on staff's analysis contained in the standard of review. The host will maintain their primary residence in the dwelling unit. So your required actions today are to approve or deny the conditional use permit to allow short-term rental of a dwelling unit that is the primary residence of the host in TNZD. Any questions for staff?
No questions. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Sharon. Mr. Sharon, do you swear that the testimony you're about to give today is the truth?
I do.
Name and address, please.
Patrick Sharon, 1444 South 6th Street, Louisville, Kentucky.
Please proceed.
Would you like me to make a statement, or I think y'all have something there? Do you want to start with that as a matter?
However you choose to proceed.
Yeah, so I applied for the CUP to have my house and mine and my wife's house as a short-term rental. We bought the property in 2020, did some renovations and moved in 2021, and have lived there since then and will continue to live there. We do own the property next door. It is zoned as a duplex. The top 2 floors of it are a single apartment, which does have a long-term tenant in it. And the bottom floor is currently storage, workshop space, and in the process of being renovated. It's not currently habitable. At some point, it may be a place where my in-laws who live in Nashville spend some time. Yeah, any questions?
Yes.
We received a statement today from a neighbor, and they are questioning, I guess, or making a statement that you're planning to use one of your homes, since you just mentioned that you have another one next door, that you're planning to full-time short-term rental the other. So have you told someone that you're going to be using your primary residence as a short-term rental and this other one?
I have not. I don't know exactly what the context of the neighbor was. Could you put the picture of the front of the house back up? It might be easier to explain it that. So the gray and blue one is my house, and then the red one that sits back there is the property that I own as well.
Sort of indented back.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the gray and blue one is the one that I live in, and the one that we're going to be using as a short-term rental on a part-time basis. The comment that you received, I don't know.
You're welcome to see it.
I've got it.
Oh.
Yeah. It's not from a direct neighbor that I know. It's not someone who lives, I think they live in the neighborhood, but they don't live directly next to it.
Okay.
Our neighbors are very aware that we live there. As a part of the process for the CUP, we had to do the neighborhood meetings or meeting. I made a mistake and actually had to do that meeting twice. The first one, I didn't notify the current residents, the tenants. I only notified property owners. So I did it again. So I ended up having 2 neighborhood meetings. And at, both of those, I had various people who live either directly next to us or there in close proximity that were there. So the person who made that statement wasn't at either of those meetings. That question, was brought up by other people who don't live near us at those meetings. And, our neighbors were able to say, yeah, like they live there. They've lived there for a few years. So no, I don't have any plans of permanently doing a short-term rental.
The other one.
Correct.
Thank you.
Member Vozos, I just have a couple housekeeping questions.
Sure.
Is there a carbon monoxide, smoke detector, all that stuff
Yes, there
in
is.
the house and
Yes.
fire extinguisher and all
Yep.
those things? Okay,
Yep.
good. Thanks.
Got it both.
Any other questions for Mr. Sharon? Don't believe there are any. Thank you. I don't have any other speaker cards related to this case. We'll close the public hearing and move into deliberations on the CUP for short-term rental dwelling unit that is the primary residence of the host. Members, any discussion?
If there's no discussion, I'll make a motion, please.
Please proceed.
In case number 23, CUP 0164, the location being 1444 South 6th Street, I make a motion that we approve the conditional use permit to allow short-term rental of a dwelling unit that is the primary residence of the host. I base that on the staff findings, the standard review, the testimonial that was brought to us today, and the conditions of approval that are listed on page 8 of 8. And also making sure that the owner applicant understands that he has to register his short-term rentals required by the Louisville Metro Code of Ordinance, and that he understands that and has that information. Okay, great. Thank you.
Is there a second?
Second, Lula Howard.
Been moved and seconded to approve the conditional use permit at 1444 South 6th Street. We're ready for vote.
Horton,
Yes.
Howard,
Yes.
Leonhardt,
Yes.
Bozos,
Yes.
Bond.
Yes, your CUP has been approved. Thank you.